Installing the USCutter MH MK2 on your Windows 8 computer can seem a bit tedious at first, but I'm going to help you walk through all the steps to actually install it on your Windows 8 system to make it as easy as possible. First off, I want you to go to USCutterSupport.com. This will allow us to go ahead and download not only the driver, but also the instructions. Now, if you're not using Shortcuts a lot as your software, then what you would need to do is go to the downloads page, and you need to download your driver for your MH, which if you go here, you can find the MH MK1 and the MK2 driver. You just follow the driver's guide steps to install that, which if you actually look on the page is right next to it. The driver guides are right there. So we want to go to the home page and we want to just type in Windows 8. You'll see that it says bypassing Windows 8 driver security. If you scroll down to step 2, there's several steps here. If you scroll down to step 2, you'll see shutdown, and you'll see quotation marks that go all the way over to the 00. So what we want to do here is we want to go ahead and copy all of this and to our computer. So what we're going to do is go ahead and press I'm going to press Control C, and I'm just going to go ahead and copy that. And then what I want to do is I want to press the Windows key and the R key, which will bring up the run window. So what I want you to do is go ahead and just press Control and the letter V, and it pastes it right in there. Once you do that, you'll get the shutdown.exe, and it should start with shutdown and it should end with 00. From there, we want to just go ahead and click OK. Please note that if you have any windows open, it's going to restart your computer. All of your work, if it's unsaved, will be lost. So click OK, and it's going to restart your computer, something like this. And it takes a second sometimes. Also note that if during this process, if at any point you get Windows Update starts to run, you may need to run this process again. But what we're doing here is we're going to disable driver security so that we can install the MH Vinyl Cutter. Oftentimes, the MH Vinyl Cutter the driver is blocked by Windows, and simply because of the fact that Windows 8 they put in some new driver security, which made it so you couldn't actually install anything that's unsigned. Kind of like how Mac has their Mac Store privileges. So you'll get a screen like this. It says choose an option. We want to go down here and choose Troubleshoot. From here it says refresh your PC, reset your PC, or advanced options. We want to click advanced options. From advanced options, it's going to tell us you can do system restore, system image, startup repair, command prompt, startup settings. We want startup settings because we're going to disable driver security. And then it tells us blah 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 blah. You can change a bunch of stuff. We want to click restart. Now what this will do is it's going to make it look like one of those black screens that you oftentimes get when you start up your computer. This is very important because oftentimes people skip this final step. This is vital. This is the final step. This is where we're actually changing the option here. The rest was all just protocol. So what we're going to do here is oftentimes you'll see a screen that gives you a bunch of memory junk depending on your computer, or a brand here. This is actually a Mac using Windows, so that I could create this tutorial. But from here, we're going to be able to change the option. Now that I mentioned Mac, though, please note that Macs are not compatible, or the USCutter MH is not compatible with a Mac. This is running Windows. This is a different story. So this very last option says startup settings. Press a number to choose the option below, or right below it says use number keys or function keys. So depending on your computer, it may be easier to use one, not the other. So the one we're looking for is number 7, disable driver signature enforcement. So I'm just going to press the number 7, and that's it. So it's going to bring up the desktop. From here, you can either install the driver if you're not using SureCut's lot, or in SureCut's lot, you can run the actual installer for drivers, which is a pretty handy feature that they added. I'm going to go ahead and type in my password here. Please note that I didn't have any Windows updates. If you have Windows updates, you will need to do this process again. So make sure that you do have all your updates done before you, because the updates makes you restart the computer without changing those settings, even though it looks like it did. So don't be afraid to go through this process again. If you press the Windows and the R key, you'll see that it's already there. So you don't need to type that whole mumbo jumbo, just start over. So what we want to do from here is we want to go ahead and go to the website